What we tell them? Go, birds. Go, birds. Go, birds. Go, birds. Put in work. Put in work. Put in work. Touchdown. Hurts. Yeah, up in the link, you know what's going down. If you touch down in Philly, Hurts, he gon' shake the defenders. Scramble out the pocket, touchdown, then hit the gritty. You know big play slate, lock him down all day. And by the way, you know that boy AJ always open and going for more than 1K. So what we lost in the Super Bowl, it's all good cause Hurts gon' take us back. It's only right that we run it back. I mean, just look at all our running backs. All the pressure, we gon' handle that. All it did was make diamonds. All off season, we was grinding. It ain't too late, it's perfect timing. Fly equals fly, working overtime. We gon' hold up that Lombardi. We don't listen to the critics. We just ball and make them feel sorry. Got a lot of heart like Rocky. We got weapons like Dawkins. We got dogs like Carter. This year it's time to go harder.
Welcome back, or welcome to the Hurts Kingdom, and welcome to another edition of the Jalen freaking Hurts podcast with your boy Cool Cat Connor. We're just gonna forget about what just happened. Okay? Here on the Jalen freaking Hurts podcast, we talk 95% of Jalen freaking Hurts, with just a hint of Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all know how we started off.
Acknowledge me!
I, Cool Cat Connor, officially acknowledge Jalen freaking Hurts as my franchise quarterback.
Acknowledge me!
Jalen Hurts, let's see if he can get something going. There's Hurts, he's back. Fires, touchdown! They really came out on fire. Hurts.
He is in such control.
Hurts. What a fight by Jalen Hurts! Beautiful throw by Hurts. 3 rushing touchdowns. Give me a little more of that. Boy, that hurts. Boy, did he make magic happen.
Jalen Hurts, number 1.
That really, really hurts.
All right, now let's get to the truth hurts. Good to see y'all too. Salute to everybody for coming back to join me. I had he might be watching, so I'm not going to tell you what I did with the other one. But let's get to the truth hurts. And the truth is, it's time to get ready for war. Look at these two. Look at these two kids. Right? Look at these two kids. Look at them. They don't know how to act. Right? These two don't know how to act. Right? None of them. Right? So what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted, training camp is over. Right? And we'll talk about training camp again in a few minutes. But training camp is over. It is now time to deal with these badass kids. Right? It's time to go to war, and deal with these badass kids. Especially the one wearing the blue and silver. It's time to deal with these badass kids, man. Right? Right? It's time to deal with these badass kids. I believe Jalen freaking... Exactly. Look at him. Look at these bad kids. There's Jalen freaking Hurts sitting on the throne. And look at these two badass kids. You got Rio and Cole on X right now saying who deserves to be on the big kids table or in the king. Jalen freaking Hurts sitting on the throne. Look at these other two. Acting like a damn fool. Acting like a damn fool. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. Not at all. Let's be honest. Folks tripping about our backups. Yeah. Work a team showed you nothing on purpose. Our passing game is going to make you... Exactly. And here's why I believe... Because I want y'all to listen. There's going to be no Diggs. Right? There's no Diggs. Like, you might as well cancel them out. We ain't going to see Diggs week 1. He just made a video saying that he might be ready weeks 2 and 3 versus the Giants. Right? So you won't be seeing Diggs. We might not see Micah. That defense is weak. That defense is garbage. They don't got a one-tech to stop Saquon, and now they don't got no corners. You know what that means, right? Saquon gonna be rushing for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Saquon going to be rushing for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then they still got to deal with AJ and Devontae and Jalen freaking Hurts. Like, they got no chance. And if Dak and CD and George Pickens throws the ball, it's going to help our defense because you're one-dimensional. Because you don't have a running back. You don't have a running back. It's going to be smooth sailing. It's time to go to war. It's time to prove to these two quarterbacks that there's one man and one man only that sits on the throne of the NFC East. And it's not Dak, right? Dak sits at the kiddie table. Jaden Daniels does not. No, it ain't Jaden Daniels. He sits in the kiddies table until he can prove it another year. I need to see it a little more. Jaden. Until then, sit your butt in the kiddie table. There's one man that sits on the throne. One man. One man and one man only. And his name is Jalen freaking Hurts. One man sits on the throne. Just one. Right. There's one man that sits on the throne. Just one. Exactly. They're in trouble. The Cowboys are in trouble. They don't have a one tech. They probably won't have Micah. They won't have Diggs. They're screwed week 1. Screwed. Who runs the NFC East? It ain't these two. It's the man sitting on the throne. It's the man sitting on the throne. And his name is Jalen freaking Hurts. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let them do it. Don't let them. There's one man sitting on the throne of the NFC East. One man. What up, Big Zay? Exactly. Look at him. Exactly. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Because there's the King's table, the big kids table, and then there's the kiddie table. Should Dak Prescott be in the big kids table? Huh? With the playoffs team, like the Lamars, or the Josh Allens, or the Joe Burrows, or the Jalen freaking Hurts, or the Patrick Mahomes. Should Dak Prescott be in the big kids table? Should Dak Prescott be in the big kids table? Damn right, hell no. What about Jaden Daniels? Should Jaden Daniels be in the big kids table? What about JD5? Huh? What I got 5 on it. What about JD5? You think JD? Yeah, JD5 can sit with us. He ain't king though, but he can sit with us. Dak, sit your ass at the kiddies table. But for Jaden Daniels to sit in the big kids table, I need to see it a little more. Right, I need to see it a little more, to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest. I need to see a little more. With Lamar, no. With JD, is unprovable. I need another year. Damn right. With Lamar, no. JD, exactly. I need to see a little more. I need to see a little more before I make that pronunciation. I need to see a little more. Dak hasn't. Exactly. We can have an argument about Jaden Daniels. Okay, we can have an argument. But Dak, he should be in the kiddies table. He don't belong in the big kids table. That's the one thing that I will agree with Commander fans. It's Jaden freaking Hurts and Jaden Daniels fighting for the crown. Dak, sit your ass down. Right, sit down, shut up, and be humble. Actually, hey, Dak, can you make it so your fan base don't do this?
Run Paulo here, because we've been throwing the ball out.
Oh, shit! Dak! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dad.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott.
Trying to feed him the
Trying
ball.
to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, do that. Do that. And then maybe, just maybe, you can come talk to us. How about that? How about that? How about that? Until then, shut up. Exactly. I'm going to ask y'all a question. What's y'all early score prediction? Do y'all think the Cowboys got a chance? I want y'all to be real with your boy. Y'all think Dak Prescott got a chance for week 1? Be honest with your boy. Y'all think Dak Prescott got a chance? Y'all think Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, you think they got a chance? Be truthful. Be truthful with me. Because I already know my answer. Y'all think that Cowboys got a chance? Because I don't think they got a chance. Right. Right. Yep. So, what we're going to do is we will hear from QB1. Let's do that. Let me calm my nerves after what the just happened. Because I don't even want to ever go through that again. Right? And let's listen to QB1 himself. Nope. We'll do it like this. Enjoy.
How y'all doing? All right.
Have you become more specific and vocal with receivers?
Yeah. Well, I think it changes. I mean, it's always been different, and there's always an adjustment period for me because how it's taught from the OC, that plays a role into it. And so following those things and just trying to kind of implement the same things that I'm learning and I'm taking in myself. I think specifically when you find when you kind of find the footing in certain things, you want to communicate how you see it and how it unfolds. And so, you see that, but that's just the communication of getting some of those guys on the same page and really just building that chemistry, especially with some of the younger guys now with all the injuries that we've had. There have been a lot of opportunities for other guys to step up. And so communicating that and trying to build that rapport and chemistry with them. So when the opportunity comes in a real game, there's no confusion or unexpectation or wrong expectation of what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to do.
Do you know about John Mechie from sort of the Alabama, that relationship?
Yeah, well, I missed him a couple of days, well, on my final days at Alabama. But I just told him I was excited to have him. The mic went off. I told him I was excited to have him, and that we can catch up on some missed time.
Now the camp is over, Jalen. What are your thoughts on the state of the offense and what we saw this summer?
Yeah, I think we had a really good offseason and a really good training camp, and being able to just build on the foundation that we've established over the years. And so I think we're headed in a good direction, and that we just want to continue to build. I think for context of what training camp serves of, you want to try and find the identity. I'm not saying we're leaving here with an identity, but we know what we're capable of, and we know the things that we need to work on. And so when you go into training camp, you're trying new things, and you're trying to expand your repertoire and build on new things. And you take the highs with the lows, knowing that you kind of know what direction you want to be in. And at some points, even I know for Coach Patullo, he's putting an emphasis on a lot of stuff he just wants to see. That doesn't necessarily mean that it'll, come to light, out the gate. It may come to light, in the last half of the season, or maybe in the playoffs. But it's just about building. And I think we did just that.
You found the moving parts, injuries and whatnot. Have you found it at all difficult to get into a rhythm? I know Nick said you guys struggled a little bit last week.
Yeah.
Negative plays against the Browns and destroying practice. Have you found it difficult to find a rhythm?
Well, I think it's all encompassing. It's all 11 on the field playing in true synchronization and trying to go out there and execute whatever play is called. That starts from up front, knowing, what the expectation is when the ball is getting out, if it's a longer developing route, and then how we're executing our route fundamentals out wide, creating space and just building. And so I can't say it's necessarily been a bad thing. It's been a good challenge for all of us, and I think it'll make us better.
Especially since you've gotten a lot of reps with some of those younger guys you mentioned. What stands out about the summer that Darius Cooper has had, and what has it been like working with him in the first team offense?
Yeah, well, he's very, very, very calm demeanored, and has very strong hands. He catches the ball very well with his hands. When you do that, I just encourage you to trust him. And so I think for him, just continue to, build with him as he continues to grow, and kind of just go through that journey this year together.
You went through this last year when Jahan Dotson came. So what does it kind of take when you bring in a new receiver like in late August, like John Mechie, trying to get him ready for week one and everything? What kind of work goes into that?
Yeah, well, it's a matter of establishing and then understanding the role given when you are onboarded. And so, he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of ability. He's played a lot of ball at the highest level. And so, as we get started, it's just about embracing that role and whatever that role is, and that may change, that may evolve, but just build that chemistry throughout and kind of have a next man up mentality with it.
That moment at the practice where you called the kids over, I imagine that could be any time, any day for you. What made you choose to do it then?
Well, it's just a good time to do it. I heard him over there, and it definitely can be a lot at times, but being able to just enjoy that moment, and it's all about the youth, and it's all about kind of giving them that sense of hope, and I guess the role model tag is what it is, but it's a sense of responsibility in that to an extent.
You have so many coaches that you're working with, from Nick down to Kevin and Scott and Parks and Stout, I guess all of them. How important is it that all the coaches are kind of speak the same language, you're getting the same message from everybody, and they're all on the same page, I guess?
That's very important. That is very important. And if not, it can be an issue. And so I think it's important to have that alignment, have everyone on the same page, and ultimately, everybody's preaching the same things, and then we'll also have an opportunity to talk through those things together. And I'm excited about that, and just continue to build in that direction and make sure everybody's on the same page. So again, we can all level set expectations and know what's what and what it's supposed to be.
How have you grown through the training camp process over the years? Has it changed much for you? Obviously, you continue to prepare moving forward, but some guys are going to be gone in a few days. Has this whole process changed for you over the years?
My process has evolved on what I make. My process has evolved on what I expect from training camp. You know, I think over the years it's just become more and more about winning, and I know that is a very broad thing, and it takes everyone. It takes truly everyone. And so when it comes to having a new, offensive play caller and an offensive coordinator, you take all of those things into consideration. When you're filling in voids in any position, you take all of those things into consideration. When you're trying to build a new identity or establish something new, you take all of those things into consideration. So I make it about.
I know. That's why, Zay. That's why you can hear it, but you can't see it. Okay, before we continue, I know. You can hear it, but you can't see it. If I did this, then yeah. Right. Because if I did this, then yeah. That's why, right. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear it, but don't see it. Hear the king, but don't see him. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because again, if I did this, or even this, or this, or this, then yeah. Nah. Continue.
The initiative KP has in store, the initiative Coach Sirianni has in store, and just trying to push that and thrive amongst that. Then I know when the season comes, it's about finding ways to win, truly. And so that's something that I've embraced. And I think the team is beginning to embrace that more and more. And so that's what it's about.
So with all that newness and kind of gaining a different expectation,
What you got?
With how you learned what you get out of training camp has changed. So with all that newness, how did you kind of approach getting something out of this training camp specifically with that newness?
Yeah, well, you get out a sense of where you are. I think that's what I put my focus on. Where are we going to be as a team? It's not about where am I? Where is Jalen? Where is he? When it's about where we are, because I can't go out there and do my job without everyone else. And so that may change when the pieces around you when you play in the quarterback position, but it's about where we are as a team. It's about what coach is driving and his messaging and where we are from a philosophical standpoint. To your question, are we on the same page as a team, as an offense? And so I think that's what it's more so about. It's about putting all my energy there to see, okay, where we are as a team and what do I have to do to help this team win from my position.
When you've worked with Devontae now for a while, what stands out to you or impresses you on a day-to-day basis about his mentality and kind of how he carries himself?
Well, Smitty's very diligent. He's very diligent. He has a very patient, like a level of wisdom to his patience, and that's admirable. And he's very diligent and consistent in it. It comes in, he has his routine, first one here, and he's right or wrong, he's gonna do what he does. And so that's something that you can definitely appreciate. And I think to his success over time, it's he's a Heisman Trophy winner. It's don't get any better than that. So he's played with the best of the best. He's been up there with the best of them, and he's gonna continue to grow and evolve in himself.
There you go. That was QB1. My boy Smitty. Exactly, they don't. Of course they don't. So my takeaway on training camp from Jalen freaking Hurts is this. Did he do some good? Yes. Did he do some bad? Yes. Is there some things to work on? Yes. Is it will it help when AJ and Smitty and Goddard and Shayshawn and all the offensive line led by Joy Mailata, Leonard Dixon, Cam Jurgen, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson, will it be great when all of them plays together? Yes. Because as we've seen in these past training camps, it's great when all 11 players are together. Exactly. Everybody needs improvement. Everybody. Ain't just Jalen. The wide receivers. The tight ends. Everybody needs improvement. But I love what I see. So for me, for Jalen, my grade for him as we end training camp, I'll give it a solid A. He didn't throw that much interceptions. That's the best thing. He threw a lot of touchdowns, not a lot of interceptions. So I'll give him a solid A. I want to know from y'all, if you could grade Jalen for this training camp, what grade would you give him for this training camp? As training camp comes to a close, and we wrap it all up in a shiny little bow, what grade would you give him? Just to be petty, I say the first team will to be Jalen. Yeah. Yep. Just to be petty, I need to be Jalen, Smitty, AJ, Goddard, Dotson, and Saquon. Let them figure it out. Yeah. I think that'll be the offense too. That's what training camp was for make an adjustment in their game. Yeah. So I'll give Jalen a solid A for his training camp. Like I said, does he got things to work on? Yes. There's some improvements that need to be done? Yes. But hey, I'm ready. I'm proud of what I see. I'm thankful what I saw. There's some things to work on. Yes.
This is a good time to do it.
But I trust QB1 to get the job done. I trust QB1 to get the job done. Simple as that. Simple as that. So. There's a reason why, Alex. I don't want to say it, but there's a reason why. I'm never live this late. Well, there's a reason why. It's a long story that I don't want to talk about. It was a long story. So, but guys, I wish I can continue on, but let's just say it was a long story. Okay? So, we're going to end it here. Let me bring the king back. We're going to end it here. We will be back. Listen, next week, next Wednesday. Exactly. Yep. B plus. That's a good one. That's a good one. I agree. I 1000% agree. But yeah, man, next week, I need y'all to subscribe to the Cool Cat Con YouTube channel. Because next week, unfortunately, somebody got to deal with the kids. Especially the first one. Part 1 is next week. It might be late just in case someone wants to join us. It might be around 10:35 just in case, because somebody might want to join us for who knows what reason. So guys, it's time to turn out the lights. Time to get some sleep. Jalen, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Okay? So fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. Don't be a stat nerd. Yeah, don't be these people. And don't forget to
acknowledge me.
Damn right. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. Yep. Let's take Leader Edition tomorrow. And then 14 to 13 days until where's my the Batiana?
Dallas Cowboy trash.
So let's tap in. Good night from the Hertz Kingdom. Go
Sirianni caught a shot. Jalen throwing dots. Couple seconds on the clock. AJ off the slot. Or he gon' throw it to Smitty. Nasty with the route running, he get shifty. O-line best in the league. You know Hurts going for the MVP. Cowboys, who can't be talking about Dak? That's Mr. INT. How many stars on this team? But this ain't Dallas, boy, we bleed green. Fight, Eagles, fight. We gon' hit them low, hit them high. Watch our Eagles fly. Saying we ain't the best in the NFC. Stop telling lies. Whole city like, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. Put in work, put in work, put in work. Touchdown, Hurts.